happy to be here tonight and to work with you all. I did a masterclass a few years ago with the Opera Studio, and a few of them are off and flying, which is so exciting. The only thing I love to say to the gorgeous audience here tonight is just a little reminder of my approach to this kind of class situation, is that we are not in a performance. We're not in an audition. We're in a classroom, which I often like to think of as a playground. You know, most times musicians that come into music later on and go into a conservatory of some sort, we get the play beat out of us because we're worried about the double consonants and about the intonation and about the vowels and the legato and the acting and the this and that, and it's like, pow. And the idea is what brought us here is banging on a kitchen pot with a pan and singing into a hairbrush. Did any of you guys do it? Yeah.
That's great.
And that's how we get started, right? And I think sometimes we get into the, now I want to be an opera singer, and so now I must be perfect, and oh, that wasn't perfect, and we start to implode. So what I love to do is come back to that idea of play and risk and going for things, sometimes to end up where we want to be at a high level of proficiency and expressive potential as an artist. Sometimes we have to go outside the boundaries and go further than would maybe be the final result, but try different things to see where we are and to see what that feels like. And we may or may not work in that fashion, but what I need from you all is the safe space to allow us to do that and to allow us to not be a finished product. Maybe we will be, but the process is something that gets us to a point where we then can choose how we portray something in a given performance. So let us take risks, let us get in the sandbox and see what happens. Okay? So we are going to start tonight. I've always wanted to meet you. Sinead? No.
Oh, no, it's not.
No.
It's me.
Polly's starting. Fantastic. But I have always wanted to meet Sinead O'Connor. I mean, sorry. Polly! Fantastic. Enjoy.
Hi, everyone. Erica and I would like to perform Parto Parto from Mozart's La Clemenza di Tito.
Okay, so I need a little bit of information. How long have you been singing the aria?
About 6 months or so.
And have you performed it much in public? Like auditions or?
Yeah, a few times in audition.
Yeah, it's a good audition aria.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good. You, thank you for that. You have this purity in your voice that is really, really beautiful. And I think beautifully suited to Mozart because it's, it's pure, which is really lovely. And I feel like you're letting it be what it is without putting a lot onto it. This is a really good thing because the naturalness is arriving. And you also have a really good strength. Like you, I didn't expect you to look at me, but you did. This is a great, great, great thing, especially in audition situations or when you're out of the context of an opera. If you're going to make a choice, take it. And you did. And I went, oh, okay. And it was fantastic. And I loved that. Because if you're convinced about it, we don't question it. It may not be to everybody's taste. That's a different discussion. But we don't question it and has strength to it, which is fantastic. I want to work breath with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, does that surprise you?
Not at all.
Well, honey, welcome to the world of a singer. You know, I mean, it's like we're always going back, always going back, always going back to the breath. Can we go right back to the beginning? And I think I want you to sing this as if you're counting it, but with eighth notes in it. So 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and I want you to feel that subdivision. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because when we have this kind of music, which is quite vertical, we can go parto, especially because it's declamatory, but parto, parto. If we have it, that subdivision, it comes alive.
Yeah.
And we start to get the legato going. Can we try it? On counts.
Okay.
Yeah.
Parto.
Okay, and without the Italian. 1 and 2 and really count it.
Okay, with the
With,
bar.
no, with the numbers.
Okay.
Sing it on numbers, yeah.
Okay. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 5 and 6 and 7 and 8.
Yeah, okay? Do you see? Do you feel that?
Yeah,
Can we do Ma tu ben mio on numbers? Yeah, and.
1 and 2 and 4 and 5.
No. 4 and 5.
Yeah.
Okay, again.
1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7.
What's the note in that whole phrase that needs the most energy? Which number or and?
Ben mio.
Yeah. What I heard from you was 4 and 5 and 6 and 7. That's where you were like, whoa. You needed to give it the most energy. Okay? Also 4 and 5 and 6 and 7. Ma tu ben mio. It's all that has to be connected. Try it one more time, ma tu ben. And energize even in between the one and. Okay?
1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7.
Keep going, yeah.
1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7.
Back to the words.
Okay.
Would you give us the intro? And I want you to sing the intro. 1 and 2 and 3 and go. What? Sing with the orchestra. When they go dum, ba bum, ba, just count the number so you're already engaged in it. Okay? With the intro. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and Porto. Go. Do you feel all that? Do you feel this?
Yeah.
Now, do you guys hear the legato that's starting to come into that? You're not letting up for 1 second, okay?
Yeah.
This is good. So your breath is flowing better.
For sure. I feel
Yeah.
connected.
It's going, it's awesome. Also, what's happening, we get sesto now. We start to get the enormity of this situation.
Yeah.
It's very conflicted, right? What she's asking him to do is so full of, which is why we get these chromatics. It's why we get the notes that reach a little bit longer than we expect. No, please don't make me do it. Okay? So now come back with this expression that you have going from the beginning, which is great. Don't go out of that rhythm. That rhythm is really important. But give us, which you did so beautifully, but in that propulsion of the energy. Okay? Feel the energy of these chords. Don't sing it now, but feel 1 and 2. I hate you. I love you. I hate you. I love you. Okay? Yeah. Can you do me a favor? It's beautiful. Can you give more importance to even to the dotted note? Dum, ba bum. Yeah. It's like the fate is good. Now. Okay, now here we go. I want you to do me a favor. I want you to resist against my hand.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. This one. Yeah. Which one feels good? Yeah. So if I'm you, I'm gonna go. But let me go a little bit. But just feel the tension. But resist me.
Yeah.
you'll feel how much you need to get that legato, okay? So right where we stopped? Yeah, meko and breath. Sorry, we'll do it backwards. You start here, okay? Keep going. You feel that? Yeah. Do the second one more time. You have to, it's the idea is when you have this kind of resistance going, it shows you physically where you're spending too much breath and where you're holding it. Yeah. Okay? Physically it shows you. So take the breath in like, then we go. Did you want to go like that? Do you want another shot? See if you can get just to here. Okay. Okay? And you got totally stuck. Did you see? Yeah. It's such a betrayer of what we're actually doing or not doing. Okay? And yeah, better? Yeah. Do you feel how you can sort of control the speed of how something is going in and out? Yeah? Yeah, definitely. It's all feeling much more engaged. Yeah, it's feeling, it's sounding more too. I'm nervous, it just flies out the window. I know. Okay, so let's talk about that because you're going to be nervous every time you take the stage or excited or something. So what's the strategy? Just to have that kind of dialogue in the head, in your head of the subdivisions, and that kind of immediately makes you feel more confident and at home. Yeah, the first thing I do is remind myself to phonate. Phonate, Joyce, okay? And the second is release. And the third is engage. There we go, that's all it is. That's all it is. Right? But listen, this is something that we singers do not do. And any, not even world-class athlete, any high school athlete, any collegiate athlete, any semi-pro athlete has a total vision here before they do anything in the ring or on the track or in the pool or on the rink. They visualize it and they have a total game plan. I don't know why this is missing in singers training. Yeah. We kind of go, okay, I'm going to give it a shot. And I'm really nervous. And then we go, God, I do that so much better in the studio, right? I do it too. I tell people to come to the last run of the last performance in a run, not the first one, because we're never like in our, well, we're usually not in our zone. So come out here, you're excited, you're nervous, you're excited, you're nervous, but this is great. I'm going to make the most of every moment that I have. So I'm going to engage and I'm going to be grounded and I'm going to rely on the preparation that I brought here because I'm prepared. If you have preparation, that's your best weapon against nerves because you're prepared. If you're not prepared, you should be nervous, quite honestly, really. But if you're prepared, which you are, boom, okay, what do I need to do? Phonate, release, breathe. And if just to get my feet on the ground, I'm going to subdivide. This time, we're going to start again, subdivide in 16th notes. Then your breath can never catch on you or stop or hold. It's continuous and it's alive and it's bubbling. Okay, let's try one more time. Okay. Just feel the 16th note. Now do that as if you're, I don't know, it's not the wrong instrument, but a clarinet, like you're the clarinet solo in this. Make that musical. Okay. And yeah. Let's go. You're good. Remember, it's a playground. Okay. Yeah, how's that feel?
Confusing.
Good. Sometimes it's good to actually confuse ourselves and then we get out of our own head.
Yeah.
This is important. But do you feel how active that is?
Yeah.
Yeah? And you feel how it goes, the release at the end of each note is different. The stretch of that second phrase is different. Now come back to the words and feel that vibrancy, the vibration of each one of those things, okay? And the second one. Okay, so think of the second 16th note.
Okay.
And energize that, still on parto, but energize the second of the 16th note. And not the first one. Energize the second 16th note. And good. Here. Do you feel how that engages your breath in a slightly different way?
Yeah, and it just spins naturally. Yeah.
Do you feel it?
Yeah.
Now, energize the third 16th note. I really don't know if this is humanly possible, but let's try. I'm going to try it with you because I'm curious. Okay, this is hard. And you feel where that is? Great. Fourth one. Let's do the fourth one. And feel that? How in the life of all of those notes, there's different life.
Yeah.
Okay? Now, this is not what we don't want, that parto. That's that sausage singing, which I hate.
Yeah.
But if you can have that kind of flexibility, then when you go for that one line, parto, all four of those 16th notes are activated because you have it already implanted in your brain.
Yeah.
Make sense?
Yes.
Let's do ma tu ben mio and feel the vibrancy of each one of those 16th notes going in there, okay? And great. One more time. Just imagine each one of those turns over here.
Okay.
Ma tu ben and here. And yeah. I'm gonna show you. Everything's good. Now. Feel it? Do you feel the vibration? Spin. Keep going. Dun, dun, dun. Great. And here you have sa, which allows you to really connect to your breath. Don't start it too late. Sa, ro, but just let it do that. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I don't believe that S is connected to your ah. Sa, that it should sa, not sa. That's what I get with you.
Yeah, okay.
Sa, sa, ro.
Okay.
Spin. This is so weird. I'm so sorry. Do taekwondo with me. Or something, yeah. Go. But paint more. Yeah, a little bit more like you're a conductor, a bad conductor. Okay? Same thing, saro, and. No, start with this, and. Every note, every eighth note. Good. Do you feel how it's moving now?
Yeah.
Hey, you're not stuck. Yeah, keep going. This is good. Here, bum, 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 bum. Give me the fourth of those 16th note on that one.
Nah.
Do you feel, yeah, it's the change of note. And so you can't go parto, parto. Phonate on that, the fourth of those 16th. And here. Good, very good. Yes, do you feel that?
Yeah.
Do you guys hear that? Instead of death to Mozart. Oh, it's horrible. But if you feel that inner pulse, then you're right there already moving as it moves. Yeah?
Yeah.
Right there again. It's great. And now, oh, you don't need any of the H's in that. Me, he, he. You don't need it. It's all one gesture because you're already on that 16th note groove in between in the subdivision. Make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. Matu and move. Yes. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Yeah. That feels good, right?
Sing. Yeah.
Yeah. Just shut up and sing. What's the big deal? Do it again now, and just put the dynamic in it. That's all. Okay. Don't change any of that vibration of the breath, the moving, but keep it. And.
No.
And. No. Don't start landing on it. Now that I ask you to express, you get out of it. Don't express. Forget expressing. But feel this ba da 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 dee da 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 da. Just feel all that going, okay? Feel static. Do you feel it?
Yeah.
I feel it held. So move if you need to. And there you go. Brava. Yes, good. No. 16th.
No.
Yeah, that's all right, but it was vibrating. It's good. And good. Good. Come. Vibrate. Okay. Oh, sorry. I'm rude. The groove is so good, but I'm ruining it. Si, boom. Saro, then. Okay, because that C is. I know what you're asking me to do. Okay.
Yeah.
But we'll go into that another time. But go from the C, and
Si,
boom. Vibrate. No. Yeah. Do you feel it?
Yeah.
You start to hold it. Let it spin. Okay. And quell. Yes. Good. Go. Do you feel now how much it's just now we get these big chunks and it's not vertical, yeah? You feel that?
Yeah.
This is really good. This is connection to the breath. Not super complicated, but you have to be really attentive and really disciplined, especially in Mozart. I mean, in everything, but especially in Mozart, yeah? Do you feel that?
Yeah, totally.
And then, if you've established that in this very exposed, horribly exposed, naked kind of thing, the rest flies. because you're already in the groove. But you have to really establish that from the start.
Okay.
Make sense? Let's just do guardami one more, just from the going on. I just want to hear, we have to wrap up, but. Yeah. But already, he gives you all the 16th notes and the 8th notes, so don't make it, but here. I'm ready, I'm in the groove, like the breath is moving, let's go. Guardami, and now just don't let it get vertical. Guardami tutto oblio, every note in there, okay? Move it. Almost, but guardami tu. It's all the offbeat.
Yeah.
Okay?
Guardami tutto oblio.
Yes, great. You feel that? And it's connected.
Yeah,
it's exciting. And then you can do anything you want with it. It's the offbeat. We land, and then for some reason the breath kind of until the next one, you know, and then we're like milking a cow. Or beautiful, yeah? Feels good. And then by the time you get to the triplets, they're just going to fly.
Yeah.
Ah, beautiful, Polly. Thank you. Really great. Really beautiful. And what I love about that is there starts to be this stability, and we start to feel the character of Sesto, who is, you know, essentially almost on the verge of being a man. He certainly will be by the end of the opera, or everything he has to go to. But it needs that, it needs the connection to the breath, which connects him to the character, to the legs, to his stature, to everything. It's all tied together. The breath into the character, into the voice, into the story. It's all, they're not separated. Beth Ann is next. Hello.
I'm so happy. Hello everyone, my name is Bethan Langford and this is Satoshi Kubo on the keys, and we would like to do Dido's Lament, When I'm Laid in Earth, if that's okay. Thank you.
What if we said it wasn't?
I gotta get serious now.
Sorry.
Thy hand, Belinda, darkness shades me, on thy bosom let me rest. More I would that death invades me. Death is now a welcome guest. When I
And I didn't mention the Mozart too beautiful playing, but to way to sustain that last play out as one thought on a piano. that was beautiful. Ah.
It's quite exposing, that one, wasn't it?
Oh, really? So I've been watching The Crown Part 2. Oh. I find myself without meaning to going, oh, really? Pretty. So, and I'm so bad. I love your accents, and I wish I could. I wish I did. So I sometimes, oh really? No, yeah. But I don't. It sounds insulting, and I don't mean it. It's flattery, friend. This is so beautiful, and what this piece needs, I think, is we need to feel she's a queen. We need to feel that she's a woman, and you're finding this lovely balance of giving that, and your voice is so beautiful in it, like rawly beautiful. I think Purcell would have been very happy to hear you sing this because it's beautiful color in it. I think it's a very good choice for you, but it is exposed, so you have to again have a game plan of, let's say you offer this as an audition aria. Is it a good one to start with?
Perhaps not.
Maybe, I don't know. It makes a beautiful impression. But if you are starting with it, you have to have a game plan. About how you manage that exposition. There's a wonderful manager in the States, Matthew Epstein, and he did a masterclass when I was probably in Santa Fe Apprentice or something. And he said, never use a closing aria to start your audition. Because there's a reason, the composer has warmed you up for 3 hours. That's when you're meant to sing that aria, So we come out with Non più messa, and it's like, why does this not feel good? It's just a thought. But just play with it. It's why something like Faites-lui mes aveux or Que fais-tu, which you also have, is they're kind of entrance arias, and they're built to sort of blast you out.
Yeah, they kind of stand alone, don't they, in that way?
They do. So that's just something to think about. But the more you sing it, then the more you understand it, and the more at home you'll feel. It'll be in your bones a bit more. I think I want to just talk quickly about this opening thing. I've sung this aria, and my fabulous conductor for a War and Peace project, he was like, Joyce, yes, it's very beautiful, but it's very important. He's like this. Maxime is like, that the Purcell has this ictus, this very... I'm like, okay, I want to express. He's like, no, yes, but no. So, it's meant to have this really not rigid, but dependable thing. So, thy hand, Belinda, and just really, whatever your tempo is. But that is, the other beautiful thing about that is its fate. She can't get out of it. She can't run away. She can't speed it up. It's just there. And she's the subject, the slave to it. Yeah. Let's try that. Just see it. Just put that in your head. See how that feels. But you have to initiate his chord, not by anything other than feeling it. You can't react to it.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Did you guys see that? Did you really see it? Did you feel what you did?
No. But what I didn't do is listen. I didn't go, now the chord, now I come in.
Voila.
Yes.
It came from you.
Yeah, okay.
It came from you.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, that establishes you with presence as Dido, as an artist, not as a student.
Yeah.
That's a huge difference. You can't manufacture it, and you can't fake it. You have to feel it, but it has to be there. You guys, the difference of the start is, it's night and day, yeah? Yeah. Okay. That's really good. time, just be more disciplined about it, about the tempo. Not to be slave to it, but really that fate, that idea of fate, okay?
Yeah.
So if that's your tempo.
Sorry.
Look at the music. Look at the music. That's all right. Look at the music. No, sing it from here. It's okay. Just to feel one time what it is to be
right in the.
Because you will have those conductors that insist on that. And the thing is, go back to the beginning. Go back to the pure discipline of it. Then, if it relaxes, it relaxes. But you have to know where the starting point is.
Yeah, absolutely,
you know.
Absolutely.
Let's just try that. And boom.
My hand, Belinda, darkness shades me on thy bosom. Let me rest.
How long is rest?
Shit.
Yeah.
Rest.
Good.
More I would, but death invades me. Death is now a welcome guest.
Yeah. And that's not to be pedantic about it, but it is to be pedantic about it. Actually, I lied. That's true.
And my big thing is my rhythm. I'm terrible at rhythm. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And even I've been told I try and do it, and then. Yeah. So that's you caught my thing.
Well, we have to fix that. Kind of fundamental.
Yeah.
So are you doing anything to improve?
Well, basically what you said, I have to go to the score and mark every single beat and line, and just look at it and look at it and look at it every time. And
do you use a metronome?
Yes, I didn't used to, you see. So
yeah, and also you have to figure out how you learn. If it's by hearing, then a metronome. If it's by feel, then walk it with the metronome. If you need to get it into your body, let's try that. Let's see if that works. How that feels. So we're gonna walk on the beat. And one.
Thy hand, Belinda,
do you see that? It's thy hand, Belinda,
darkness shades me on thy bosom. Let me rest. More I would, but death invades me. Death is now a welcome.
That was pretty steady.
Yeah.
So you respond to that.
Yes.
Yeah?
I think so, yeah.
That's a good way to put it into your body. It's a good way to put it. Do it with arm swings. Thy hand, Belinda. I like the walk because I like feeling the eighth note in between, makes me feel like I'm tap dancing. Not really. Find something physical, or if it's just the metronome, great. If it's a finger snap, you have to start incorporating that, because if you're any singer, you need the rhythm.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Otherwise, the conductors are going to,
get stressed. Yeah.
And you're too good not to work on that. We all have the things we need to work on. We all do. But there's two, I think, big keys to success. Know what you do better than most people and do that. And know what your biggest weakness is and improve it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that it doesn't control you.
It doesn't become this demon that.
Oh, I have bad rhythm.
Yeah, that's exactly, yes. I thought, my professor told me, you need to deal with this now.
Yeah.
Before it becomes a.
Your professor is correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but it's also, so you have this tone and this bearing for this, which is so great, that rhythm then, work on that so that it starts to become organic. So it's in there. And I would do this literally 5 minutes a day. It's not going to be a lot. Walk to somebody, to a metronome, to you speaking the rhythm to that, okay?
Yeah.
Now, that's for you to work on your own. Let's go back and give us, with that at least registering that sense of rhythm, let's go back. Also, your diction is really good. That makes me happy. It's wonderful. Let's go one more time, and then I want to start the aria.
Okay.
The rest of it. Yeah, what happens there?
It's on the beat, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm not talking about rhythm anymore.
Yeah.
We won't talk about rhythm. But do, do. Do you hear what happens to the harmony?
Yeah,
it's not
goes.
do, do. You're searching. It's getting darker. You're resisting the shade. You want to stay in the light. You want to go to the dark. It's that. It's not da 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 dee da. No. Search for it like a serpentine serpent. Let's start it one more time. And thy hand, Belinda, darkness shades me on thy bosom. Weary. Let me rest. Yeah, here you can even say, why do you want to be on her bosom to rest? On thy bosom. On thy bosom. I'm tired. Let me rest. More, then, more, on thy bosom. On thy bosom, let me rest. No. More I would, but death invades me. What is that?
Death invades.
Yeah, and now, how do you feel about it?
Well, I'm ready.
Death is now
relief.
A friend. Yeah. Do you hear? Death is now welcome guest. Choose the word. What is it? It's a welcome guest. Yes, come.
Yeah, it's kind of complete. It's like,
yeah.
Home,
yeah. Just after on thy bosom, let me rest.
Let me rest.
On thy bosom. Please, I'm tired. Let me rest. Boom. More I would, but death invades me. Boom. Death is now. Yeah. Yeah, you went like you couldn't get there, but the journey is in the passing note.
Yes, yeah.
It's not the arrival note. The journey is in the passing note. Death is now. So all of that. You need more on all of those things. More I would, but death.
Yeah.
And more I would. But each word.
Yeah, sorry.
More I would. More I would. No. But more I would, but death. So it's even. And more I would, but death invades me. Death is now a welcome guest. Now, are you happy about it?
I think accepting.
Okay, accepting. But don't forget what has happened to you to put So it's like, oh, I'm going to die. But it's like, I'm ready. So there still needs to be gravitas.
Regal quality.
Yeah. Can I tell a really quick story?
Please, yeah.
This is I'll try and make it quick, but it's exactly this. That I was in a prison. I do work at Sing Sing prison, and I was teaching the guys to do the baseline with this. There's about 20 prisoners. It's maximum security prison, about 20, and we were going to do this in concert. I was going to sing. I said, well, let's teach them the baseline. And they were singing it on ooh and on and all this, and I explained the story, and they sounded really good, and so we were putting it together, and I said, guys, you sound great, but don't forget, this is tragic. I mean, she's going to her death here. And one of the guys raised his hand. He's been studying composition, right? He happens to have killed somebody, and now he's learning composition in prison. And he raised his hand and he said, with all due respect, he goes, on that downward chromatic passage, you can hear that she's tormented, but by the time it resolves at the end, she knows she's going to her glory.
Wow.
Oh. And I sort of went, if Henry Purcell were here to observe this particular situation, I wonder what he would think, you know? But it's this inevitability and the tragedy with the harmonics and the chromatics and all of this, but there's an inevitability and an acceptance. So we need to feel that. But you're not there yet, because you still have to sing the aria.
Yes, yeah.
And you say, remember me, don't forget me, don't forget me.
So she's not quite ready to...
Otherwise we wouldn't have the aria.
Yes, exactly.
So she says it, right? She says it, death is now a welcome guest. But then she has to actually open the door. Let's pretend that your thing is the door opening and it's death walking in. The bass line is death. And he's chasing you, but he's after you, and you're like, wait, I'm not ready. Oh. When I am laid in earth, and he's right here, when I am laid in earth, I think, remember me. Remember, please, I know I have to go, but please, I'm coming, but remember me. Then you're ready at the end.
That's lovely.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Let's try it. Just right where the, death is but a welcome guest, is now a welcome guest.
Sorry. Okay.
More. No.
Yeah,
More.
it's all right with it.
Spend more. Let it vibrate longer.
Yeah. Death is now a welcome guest.
Stay with it.
When I am laid in earth.
Good. Now, why does it all of a sudden get jagged in its rhythm?
Again, it could be the sob of kind of going, this is the end.
But it can't be solfege.
Well, yeah.
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 Laid in earth, because that's what's written. Laid in earth. It's resistance. It's going into the earth. It's crying. It could be anything, but it has to be filled with something. There's nothing in this aria, so everything is full of the world. Yeah. Every note, every word. It's your suicide note. It's your last testament. There's not one wasted cell of energy in this, okay? And a little bit what we were doing with Polly is you need to feel that internal rhythm. When I am laid, and immediately there's this pull away from the life force, right? It's pulling, it's going away from you, it's going, and you're letting it go, but not yet. And that's what this needs to have, okay? And just as you did when you started the recit, this line comes from you. We can call it death, but you have to be feeling it, okay?
Yeah, yeah.
It's the internal in it. So one more time. Feel it, stretching, pulling, going deep into the ground, and the breath comes. When what did you just say? In here, for you. Spin. Brava. Where? I'm going to hurt you. I'm going to hurt you when I do this, and I'm going to leave you. So, sorry, just 1 second. No trouble. I'm so sorry. No trouble. I know you loved me in my breast. But you know the hurt you're going to cause when you leave. So, and way to do that in one breath. That was awesome. Yeah. May my now here, okay, it's the same notated rhythm, but has a very different thing. When you go, when I am laid, and may my wrongs create. It has it's the same rhythm, but it has a different pain. Yeah. The laid is about you, and this is against them. I don't want to hurt you. I'm sorry, it hurts, I know. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, I do.
So it's the same rhythm with a very different depth.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Let's start it one more time. Yeah. Imagine it's like from your imagine the umbilical cord when you were born has been with you, and now it's retracting as you go to death. It's coming. You're pulling it in. Very slow, very slow. Spin. Where? What? I'm so sorry, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't want to hurt you. Please. What?
Forget my fate.
Send it out. Send it. Ooh. For you now. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And spin. Out. There's acceptance. Ah, there it is. Okay. Sorrow, but acceptance. Now. You feel that? You feel that connection? So, what did you just say?
The level of energy required is so high all the time, which is it's just exhausting. But it's very thrilling when you do it like that. Yeah, just constantly dragging your kind of guts. Yeah.
And you have to find it.
Yeah.
The music will give it to you to a certain degree, but it's you. It's not the conductor. It's not the set. It's not the costumes. It's not that you got the job. It's not applause. It's not a critic. You have to supply that energy.
Yeah.
So it's constantly subdividing the beat. That keeps the energy going. It's constantly asking questions. Oh, why? It's that searching. It's why it's alive. It's why it's still here. It's feeling the twist of the chromatic. It's feeling that long stretch of the play out. It never ends. The second the energy dies, we get, when I am laid, right? That's what we get. The energy is also in the rhythm. Thy hand belinda, it's also in the speed. I got the power. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I
this
do,
is
yes,
so it
yeah.
is. You guys, it's not easy and it's exhausting and you have to go deeper than you really ever expected, but that's where it lives, that's where it thrives. Yeah. And especially a piece like this where you don't have Wagner orchestration under you or Berlioz or anything, you have nothing. So it's the life force that you have that energizes it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And did you also, as a side note, notice what's happening to the voice? It's more connected. It's, I won't want to say fuller, but it's just, it's more connected and consistent.
I feel more in control completely.
Yeah. But you're not trying to give more voice or be.
No.
It's coming because you are connected. That's the result.
Yeah.
If you go for that, I need to connect the sound, then we get, all of that. But you have to go through the process, and then this arrives. Yeah. Now, if you can get in that space right off the bat, you can sing this first off anything you want. But you have to go there. And you can't go anywhere else. Or you can't go halfway. I mean, maybe you end up going somewhere else. Okay, great. But it has to have that level of energy always. Always. And the voice may not always work, or it may give it, but that is going to inform everything. Yeah, that's ground zero now for you.
Okay,
Yeah. It's exciting.
Thank you so much.
And beautiful.
Beautiful.
It's late 20s. Mid-20s these days. I forget what we're singing. Okay. Woohoo!
Okay, so just to be clear, my name is Sinead O'Callaghan. This is Florent Maurier, and we'd like to sing Non più mesta.
That's the way to introduce it. Do you want to try that one more time? I would love for you to try that one more time.
Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, Florent Maurier and myself, Sinead O'Callaghan, we'd like to sing for you Non più mesta from Rossini's La Cenerentola.
Ole. sitting here for an hour and to come out and do that is, yeah, you were so brave and awesome. Yeah, and you survived it much better than I did it. How can I, am I allowed to ask the age, how old you are?
I'm 26.
Okay.
Yeah.
And where are you from?
Belfast.
Oh no, I love it. Oh my God. I feel like it's like home.
Yeah.
I just keep talking. It's so good.
Okay.
Yeah, to do that and to come up and do that. I love that you've been here for listening to most of it, but you guys are always allowed to put your performance, even if it's a masterclass, but to put it, say, if you need to leave for 5 minutes and just go, do it, you know, on the change out or something. It's okay, you know, just so that you come out here and you feel a little bit more safe. I love that you're sitting here because so much of, especially the same repertoire that you guys are doing, that's good. But you know, just, that's just fine. But now you're warmed up, now we're going, which is great. And have you performed this much?
No.
Is this your first time out? No.
I know it's risky, but I just wanted to sing it for you so much.
I love it! I love it! What are the pieces that you are super comfy with, that you like, are your audition pieces? And
Una voce, dopo notte, voi che sapete, smanie implacabili, o la pitoyable aventure.
Wow. It's the Mezzo Anthology! Also, I'll tell you a really quick story. I would have been 28. Is that true? 27. I would have been 27. And I was just learning Non più mesta for the first time. And I was at the end of my first year in the Houston Grand Opera Studio. And the way that works, I don't know how it is here with the opera studio here, but there you get a sponsor. And so somebody was paying, actually it was Dr. and Mrs. Jan Barrows, thank you guys. They paid our salary for the year of, it was about $17,500 at the time for a 9-month thing. It's the first time I could stop waiting tables because I could pay the rent doing that. And so the first lesson I had with my teacher when I got into the studio at 26, he said, there's no future in the way you're singing on youth and muscle and no breath, and we have to work on it. I went, okay. I said, okay, we'll work on it. I turned 27, a year older than you, and we started working on Non più mesta. And it was starting to feel really good. I was like, I think I'm getting the hang of this. And at the end of the year, we had to give a thank you sponsor donor concert for our donors. And I cracked every single one of those 3 high B's at the end. And not like nicely. I mean, splat. If YouTube was around then, it would be one of those things you keep replaying. It'd have 1 billion hits more than any of like my real stuff does. And my teacher came up and he hugged me and he said, I'm so proud of you because you're letting go. Because if you hold on, you can manage to not crack, but it doesn't. And I was learning to let go of all this kind of stuff. And I didn't have it yet, but he said, you're letting go. I'm so proud of you. I was like, thank you. I can't pay them their money back. I know they're going to want their money back, you know. So, but it ended up, you know, sort of working out, kind of. Okay. So it's all work in progress. To do this for the first time like that, on its feet, I'm so impressed. I would not have been able to do it that way. But let's work. Yeah, okay. One of the things, just overall, I want you to just think about stylistically is I love, first of all, you're adorable. And it's like you, with your eyes and everything, people would cast you in 2 seconds for this. Because they can see like the first Cenerentola was sort of sad and whatever. And then you see the princess. It's all there, which is so great. And when you let that smile come out and the fun of the music, it's even more enjoyable. We love that. It's so charming. So one thing I love also is you're getting these kind of takes and stuff, but sometimes they're not connected. For example, before each La Sorte Mia, it's a little bit disconnected from what's coming. And so take the sort of trampoline hangout for a moment, but still have it, don't let the energy stop on some of those rest things I'll point out when we go through. And there's one Italian, it's not giuoco, but it's gioco. Gioco, yeah. Okay. And you'll find that easier instead of going through the it'll be like ja, and you can go up there if you want, which is cool. So that's just technical for you to work on. Let's start it one more time. The only thing, I love that you take the full 6 beats before you come in, that you have to fill it. Why don't you start right away? Dunk, dunk, dunk. No, why don't you do that? She's like, is everybody listening to me? Yeah. So keep that tension.
Okay.
Fill those beats, you know?
Yeah.
But don't just then, okay? Just a couple, little bit. When you come down, you got to go up.
Yeah.
And when you go up, you got to go down.
Yeah.
So yeah, now do you see how that's holding together better?
Yes,
Yeah. Okay, yeah, that's really cool. Because it's one thought. You know, I was born into sadness and tears. And but you kind of, and then get carried away and say, oh, I'm so sorry, Prince. I'm so, husband, I'm so, I don't know. Very well. You know, I mean, that's everybody's looking at you like that. And you have to be like, oh, yes, I'm so sorry. I get excited and, ma, per, so, they're still, nobody's telling me to stay quiet.
Yeah.
They've been telling you to stay quiet all night long, your whole life, but they're not stopping you. So then you can get more and more carried away, okay? Now, can you, I don't want to work vocally so much, but I want to just play around a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Can you hum this? I don't know if you do like do you ever do like a closed hum? Yeah, can we just right at the beginning? Wow, do you hear how resonant that is?
Yeah.
Where do you feel that?
Here.
Yeah. And
here.
boy, it's
Yeah.
connected
Yeah.
down there.
Yeah.
You feel that? You
Yeah.
guys hear that? You feel that there. I feel then when you start singing the words, it's here.
Okay.
It's a little bit ha, and I'm missing that where it kind of, yeah, don't try and put it there, but
Okay.
use that as the reference. Play around. Just see where that goes. Let's just kind of do that right now on your own. You feel that?
Yeah.
This is where we like it there.
Okay.
Yeah. And your voice, you guys hear the resonance immediately come in. Keep that in that same spot.
Okay.
So it's kind of like it's happening out here rather than back here.
Okay.
And just keep it open as you go. Can you kind of imagine that this
Okay.
is open there? Do you feel that kind of? Just, and then don't worry about putting it there.
Okay.
Just go. Open, 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 open. That's just don't think put,
Okay.
because then it goes.
Yeah.
But open, 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 open. It's gonna go there. Open, open, open. Yeah, we're so bad. They're like, there, I found it, and then the jaw goes. Is that right that I got it? And you're like, almost, honey. This is why, I mean, I hate to do it personally, work in a mirror. So you're just monitoring what's happened. So this is just, nothing's happening here. So because that's free, you're like, then you want, no. And just keep it open. Open, good, good. How's that feel?
Yeah. Good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I'm finding it lovely and resonant. Yeah? Good. So one more time, make sure then as you're going that it's just nothing is hooking on and holding on neck-wise. That, you know, just move around, okay? And between each, before you start each thing, find that space, okay? So. Good. that's one gesture.
Yeah.
How's that feeling?
Yes.
I'm loving it.
Yeah.
I'm loving it. Just don't think about putting it there. Just open, open, open. So now here we go. Soffrita cen.
Yeah.
It's one gesture.
Mhm.
Soffrita accendo il cor. Okay, so making these things one gesture, not too vertical. I mean, too compartmentalized. And soffrita accendo il cor. Now go. Come back here. Open. Good. Staccato. And.
Yes.
Good. Do. But a real E vowel, high tongue in the back. Ah. Now. Ma per. And. Good. You see how we worked that? Now, just now make it elegant. And like, ma per so ah. Okay? Ma per so and good. Now, awesome. Before we get to that, do you hear how this is Rossini? Rossini, he's just growing, and you're just doodling above. Nothing important. Ma per so. It's all to get to this come. So feel as if those da di ba di da da, all of that in the piano is little roots growing under your leg. So by the time you get to the come, you're like, wah! Okay?
Yep.
Not that you sing loud, but it's just opens up. It's inevitable. It's what's going to happen in this moment. There was magic all around. Okay? Can we go back to ma per so? Now, again, it's not ma per so. Each one goes a little further. Ma per so ave, and then you go in.
Okay.
But so tu da di da di da di ah, da di. Yes. Magic. Feel it? It's growing. Here it comes. Arrive. Yeah, but you can stay. You're not in any rush.
No.
Come. What? Where's the word? Where's the word? What's the word I'm looking for? Where's the note? How do I express this? It was amazing. Oh my God. Oh, sorry. La sorte mia. It was just, you'll never believe what happened. Do you feel how that builds then?
Yes.
Yeah, beautiful. Okay. So let's go from come. Give us the measure before. Yeah. And. What? The whole point of that, the only important thing is rapido.
Yeah.
It wasn't a baleno. Okay, it was a baleno, but rapido. Rapido. Lo sorte mia. Is it true? Did I dream it? Did it happen? I think it did. Yeah. Okay? Because all of that's going to happen. That's easy for you. That's not. Keep it connected and make it this gesture of come and by rapid and eat that like a bowl of pasta. Rapido. Yeah? Okay? Then it comes in. Do you feel the excitement now of ma per so? Okay, good. Let's do that one more time. The ma per. I like that. Heartbeat. Keep it open. Oh, from right here. Yeah, boom. What? We need a big rapido. Yeah. Okay, but that's awesome. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Go on. rapido. What? Good. Every word. Okay, and that will help you from getting stacked up from too much of this, right? Rapido. Every word. La sorte mia and mia. Princess, from rags to riches, right? Okay. Yeah, la sorte. Rapido. But more. La sorte me. Like that, okay? Rapido. Boom. La sorte mea. La sorte mea. Okay, do you hear what that is? La sorte mea. Oh my God, you won't believe it. La sorte mea. It changed. La sorte mea. Yeah, let it have that gesture. So, rapido. Rapido. La sorte. That wasn't good. La sorte mea. La sorte mea. Open. Oh, yes, beautiful. Now, deeper. What? You see the prince? No? Yeah. You love him. Yeah. If you go, La sorte mea. La sorte mea. I love you. Yeah. And I think you love me. All is right with the world. Yeah? So that it's never just la sorte mea, la sorte mea, la sorte mea canjo. Each one has different. Yeah? Yeah. Okay. That's all good. Now, I want to work non più ne sta. Okay? I just want to, because this is such good timing because it's still new to you, so this is great. I am a big fan of working this way. Yes. That you stop on different numbers of the 16th note. Have you heard that? Have you done that? Yes. Ah, okay. Yes, but not, So let's go out of tempo. Let's stop on the second 16th note. Non più me sta canto. Oh, right, okay. Yeah. Non più me sta canto. Easy here. I've gotten the words wrong. Yeah, it's okay. Doesn't matter. Now, just sing the first of each 16th note. Yeah, third 16th note, and. Yeah, don't. You went star. No, star. Each one in there. Yeah. Fourth one. Okay. Non più me sta canto al fuoco starò sola gorgheggiar. Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. I'll tell you what. I still can do that, like, because I did it so much. And it's still, I would walk along the street and go, people must think I'm like a crazy person. And to do it really off the voice, not with a lot of voice, just so that your brain that's driving the car always knows where it's going, always. And so then take it out of tempo, but going solidly. Take different tempos of this, and just always make sure you can stop on a dime on any note.
And it's completely...
And then when it's time to go, you won't even have to rehearse it up to speed. It's there. Then for me, the trick becomes thinking of it in one gesture. That's one thought. And then it's just because it's already in there.
Yeah.
But then I'm not worried about breath and all of that. It's just, it's there. This is the really, really boring, exciting, boring work of drilling it technically. And the more you resist singing at full tempo and going full speed ahead and do this kind of work, knowing where you're going with the character and all of that, then, as I said at the beginning, what the tools you have to be fully expressive are going to be, you can choose anything you want because this knows exactly what it's doing. Makes sense?
Absolutely.
Yeah? Do we have, are we good, what are we on time?
You've got maybe 3 more minutes.
Let's start the section. Non più me sta con toi.
So the first time?
Yeah, first time. Okay. Okay. So this you just, I don't know what, are you good with imagery? You think of images. So just bonk, bonk. You're just laying it out right here, pearls or diamonds or rubies, whatever works for you, sapphires. And so it's never here, and it's never but it's non più me sta canto al fuoco sta. Just boop, boop, boop. Okay?
Yeah.
Non più me sta.
No, you're not seeing it.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm not in line.
Non più me sta canto al fuoco staro sola gorgheggiar no.
Now, make it really super precise.
Okay.
Like you are the master jeweler who is, each one is precious.
Okay.
Un lampon sogno
Gioco. There you go. Yeah, it'll take a while to get that out. It's okay. It's okay. Is it printed Duo?
Is it printed draw? No, this is not the score I was looking for.
Okay, it is actually.
Yeah.
I think this is, I think it's an old recording. Double check it.
I will. Jocko would be much easier to
Do let me know if it's Juoco because I've been singing it wrong my whole career. Between us, whatever. But note to self, double check my score. No, but just check it. Yeah. But yeah. Oh, so you are doing what's printed for the record, which is great. But I think it's Juoco, like game. Like game.
Yes,
Yeah. Salvatore. Gioco or Juoco? I've never said that. Thank God I've retired. Is it really? It's not in my score. No, it might be. I don't know. So you take it to your teacher and decide what you want to do. Don't listen to me. I don't know what I'm talking about. That's like mortifying. Is it in the recording? Oh, okay. I'm sure YouTube will have the answer. Somebody let me know. If anybody knows Cecilia out there, just ever like give me a little. I mean, my Zedda and Campanella never said anything to me. Or maybe I did sing Juoco and I just have no recollection of it. There's been a few other notes in between. Anyway, the difference the second time with the precision, did you feel that?
Yes,
did you guys hear that? That kind of precision. It's not to be vocally perfect and precise. It's that, I mean, I'll get teary-eyed because I love her so much. It's the goodness and the purity that she had from the very beginning. The first thing she talks about is this innocent girl where love triumphs. And she's so precious with that thought and the care and the understanding that she's coming to of that life leaving her but informing who she is and coming to her. It takes that kind of precious, It's not to just be random with it or approximate.
Yeah.
And you're good enough that you can have that. So whatever visually, just to give that suspension of time through that perfection is what we want.
Okay.
Okay? Try non più mesta one more time. Just to be fun. That's all it needs. And
non più mesta canto al fuoco, starò sola gorgheggiar, no, un lampo, un sogno, un gioco, il mio lungo
now you go.
palpita.
Oh God.
Non più mesta.
Try, just break that down.
Non più mesta.
Make sure I hear each note like another pearl.
Mesta.
Yeah, there we go.
Accanto al fuoco.
Good.
Non più mesta accanto al fuoco.
This one's the hard one.
Sola gorgheggiar. No, 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 no.
Yeah, but if you're going to do that, you have to explode into it.
Okay.
Yeah, it can't be careful and planned.
Okay.
That's not her. It's no, 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 no. Go, yeah. Do this one more time. And for this is when I came back to this role, I would always have to work this section because of where it lies. Non più mesta, non più mesta, da 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 ya, da di da 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 di da di da da. Yeah, so just spend more time on that, so it gets really all this diamondy jewel thing we want. Yeah.
Non più mesta accanto al fuoco, sarò sola gorgheggiar. No, 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 no.
Oh yeah! That takes about 20 years off of her when you do it that way, which is good. Yeah. Go ahead.
Un lampo, un sogno, un gioco, il mio lungo palpitar.
Now legato.
Non più mesta.
Yeah, down here. Make the same thing. Yeah, work with that idea. Whatever keeps it really just in it. Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Go on.
Seriously?
Go on. You want to?
Yeah.
Pearls. Yeah. That's better. Yeah, it's all out here. Down. Spin. Let it spin. Like a dream.